The battle for Los Angeles. Both of these squads bring history and pride to these West Coast institutions that, while allied at times, want nothing more than to ring that victory bell right in the other guy's face. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum, as we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a team from the ACC, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Trojans will put total leather to crank us up. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. On the run, it's Thomas. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Guys, let's take a minute here and think about UCLA. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proven themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
Maybe a double pass. Makes the catch. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
You know, this offense knew coming into the game they were going to get some opportunities to take shots down the field. They feel like they've got the guys on the perimeter to win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on 4th down. He has a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before. Ice in their veins. You saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Finds his tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and you add the answer to the test right there.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. it's Iamaleava. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Wants to throw on third down. Touchdown, UCLA! Quick strike through the air for the score.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This crosstown rivalry dates back nearly 100 years, guys. The first meeting between the Trojans and the Bruins back in 1929.
Yeah, and every year since, one thing you know, Jesse, is the uniforms are crisp. They are clean. They are so sweet. You know this game means a lot late in the season every year.
This is definitely my favorite uniform game of the year, every year in college football, right? Both USC and UCLA with the home unis here in this great environment. But the game also means so much as well, and that's why there's this heightened sense of electricity and energy every time these two teams play.
He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Finds a man all alone. Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got it in the middle. It's Lane. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, he hauls that pass in. Big play for the offense. The Trojans have had such a history at this receiver position, right? You go back to Mike Williams, Keyshawn Johnson, Juju, and then Jordan Addison. There's always a playmaker on the perimeter of the field for the quarterback to take advantage of. And they've got to keep feeding this guy the football. He is dangerous.
So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Finds a man in the middle. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Back to throw, it's Maiava. He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal! Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers slipping out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. Absolutely nothing settled, deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pulls it in on the right. Finds a seam. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bruins!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up. Get a pass rush like that, and the Bruin faithful will give you an 8 clap. And ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Didn't help themselves much on 1st down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 20. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Trojans line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Open space at the 25. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Gets it out quickly.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm now.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, UCLA! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Time to take a shot. Pulls it in down the sideline. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. And the Trojans with the 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, and nowhere to run.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He fires one deep down the right side. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Trojans, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. From the red zone, looking for a man. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put it.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Trying to take it back. The 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bruins. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
They'll snag it just inside the 10. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle was finally made. Not much feels better to an offense than to get some breathing room with an explosive play like that. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing it away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. got his man downfield. He'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. Right on the money. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, UCLA!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead.
35, USC, 7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Hand off from the shotgun. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Second down after that incompletion. Looking to throw, it's Maiava. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Fires on the move. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
Throws into the middle of the field. He's got it along the sideline. Open field on the right. Seizing an open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
And man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. And that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide open receiver.
Headed to the end zone. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Trojans. Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28. And the Bruins want to crank the tempo. They'll keep it on the ground. Just working and poking and prodding and finding its way up to the 36. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on third down? They'll try to bully their way for the first. Turns it on in midfield. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay.
He's going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Victory Bell's not some manufactured, concocted trophy, guys. This thing actually used to be on a train.
That is so cool. And the origins of the story of all these rivalries and the trophies, Jesse, it's so cool. It's fun to find out about. And these guys out here are learning on the job about it.
Yeah, it's just really such a point of pride, the Victory Bell. Not just here in the city of Los Angeles, but to these kids, there's just a different energy in this game.
The Bruins are moving quickly down the field. To the ground, he's got it again. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
Man, you become so hard.
Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bruins! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll be brought down quickly. That's always the risk when you bring it out of the end zone. Do you make it to the 25 or not? In this case, not. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Oh, they're after him! And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
He rifles one deep down the right side.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Under fire. Catch in the middle, it's Sliman. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
It's a bang-bang play, running a slant. The DB's draped all over the wide receiver. He's got to make a contested catch, but he shows really strong hands on that one.
The offense changing the play. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
There he goes. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Looking to throw on first down. Throwing on the run. Got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
And that had to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no rhyme or reason why a receiver should be that wide open.
Sneaks into the end zone. The Bruins stretch out that lead, and they look like a team ready to ring the victory bell.
I think momentum's a real thing. UCLA and USC play each other, but that Bruins touchdown here in the second half, it's giving them a lot of life, David.
Yeah, and it's getting them excited. The fans excited. They know what this rivalry means. They know what a win will mean, and they know they can ring that victory bell.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
Man, that goes from I'm going to go make a play for my team, run this thing back, make something happen, to dang it, I put it on the ground, and they got it, and they have great field position.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And this offense trying to be physical inside the 5-yard line. I get it, but I tell you what, Palmer, this quarterback has earned some trust from me with the day he's had.
Yeah, right now he's thinking, put the game in my hands. I'm playing well, and I'm seeing the defense well. I see what they're doing from a coverage standpoint. Count on me to throw a touchdown here and help out our team.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Nestled just inside that right upright. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll give it to the back. At the 35, he's loose. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right, and you see that blocking, and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air, it's Mayava. It's complete to the left. Crosses the 30, he's got away. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one.
Here we go, here we go.
Give to the running back. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
I really like this offense staying aggressive. They were in field goal range, but nice job on third down. Forget that. Let's go get the first down. Let's throw the football. Nice read, nice catch. Now set up with a first and goal situation.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Trying to power to the goal line. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The play action fake. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year.
Well, you can't blame this offense for wanting to be aggressive. They're down by a lot on the scoreboard here, and that time going 4 verticals, trying to stretch the defense, see if someone can get open. But, David, the defense was expecting it, and they were able to come away with the INT.
Yeah, the only thought I have right now, Jesse, is I'm playing deep. I can't give up the big plays. I want to make them earn it. The clock is my friend. Getting the lead, having the lead in the fourth quarter. Nice execution by this defense. And this one ain't over, but it's looking more like it.
Gets it out fast. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game. Brings it in down the left side. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. And the Bruins will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it. Buying some time. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Pulls it in. It's Marshall. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at...
Deep shot for the end zone. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's Mayava. Throws to the wideout. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Rushes on him. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's fourth down.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage.
Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll start this drive at their own 48. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Here's the handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first two plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Bruins just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Quickly out to the tight end. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
He will not get there. Brought down at the 1, and the 2-point try is no good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Set to advance on the football.
It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
That's a great job by the coverage unit on special teams, flying down the field, not just